Hello students, welcome to class. Today I am going to start HCl acid. Okay. As in class we have completed HCl gas. So today we are studying about HCl acid. Okay. So first of all we will study about its preparation. How we can prepare HCl acid. Okay. HCl acid is in liquid form. Okay. We are talking about HCl in liquid form. So HCl, the preparation of HCl acid is HCl gas. If you pass the HCl gas through the water, the HCl acid will form. Okay, HCl gas plus water gives you HCl acid. Okay, it's very simple. HCl gas, we have to dissolve it in water, then HCl acid will form. Okay. If you remember, when we study about HCl gas, we studied about its property that HCl gas have a property of its solubility is very high in water. Okay, it's highly soluble in water and it forms HCl acid. Now there are two conditions in preparation of HCl acid. See here in the previous chapter HCl gas, we have studied how HCl gas formed. When HCl gas formed, if we pass it through a tube, through a delivery tube into the water, okay, what will happen? There are two conditions. We can use a delivery tube, okay, a delivery tube. So what will happen? If our HCl gas is passed in water, the HCl acid will form here. Okay, HCl acid will start to form here, but there is a problem. Okay, there is a problem called back suction. Now, what is back suction? See here, the rate of dissolution. Okay, the rate of dissolution of HCl gas into the water is very high. Okay, then the rate of formation of HCl gas. Okay, formation of HCl gas is slow, but the dissolution, okay, of HCl gas in water is very high. Okay, due to which the formed HCl gas will pass here, but here the HCl gas is less. So that's why there in this delivery tube, okay, a vacuum will form. HCl gas will be finished. Okay, HCl acid will form here. Then what will happen? A pressure will generate in this tube. So due to this pressure, the HCl acid will pass on in the delivery tube. Okay, and when it will pass in the delivery tube, the flask will burst. Flask will be burst. Okay, so this is the problem here, back suction. So what can we do to avoid this? Okay, from this problem, we can use a special funnel arrangement. Okay, we can use funnel arrangement like here our HCl gas is formed. Okay, and it is passing through a funnel. Okay, so it's passing through a funnel here in the water. It's water. Here the HCl acid is formed. Okay, now again the rate of dissolution of HCl gas is very high, but rate of formation of HCl gas is low. Okay, that's why a pressure will create here. Okay, so due to this pressure it will suck the HCl acid back. Okay, so HCl acid will sucked by this tube and the water will form. Water will be filled here. Okay, we have to put it so it will not we will not immerse it into the water, rather we will touch it to the surface. Okay, when the water will get filled here at this portion a air space, okay, air space will be formed. So that's why due to this air bubble or air space, the pressure of here and here will be equal. Okay, and that's why the water which was rising up into the funnel will fall down again. It will fall back into the water. Okay, so this process will be continued from here from in this in this arrangement, the HCl acid is not passing into the funnel, okay, where the HCl gas is formed. So this process will continue till the complete dissolution of HCl gas. Okay, so this was the preparation. This was the laboratory preparation. Now there is some physical properties. Okay, you know, its color is colorless. Okay, its odor is very pungent, very choking. Okay, next there is physiological nature. It's corrosive in nature. Okay, it can cause rust. Okay, next density. It's heavy. Okay, heavy than 1.2 gram. Its weight. Okay, its density. Okay, boiling point is 109 degree. Okay, so these are the things you have to just learn. Okay, now there is chemical properties you have to understand about. Chemical properties. Okay, chemical properties. First, there is as an acid. As an acid. So first of all, you know very well it's acidic in nature. HCl is very highly acidic in nature. Okay, it's monobasic in nature. It's monobasic in nature. Okay, monobasic. That means it gives one H plus. It gives one H plus to neutralize one OH negative ion. Okay, that's why it is called monobasic in nature. When it will react with any basic, it will give one hydrogen, one H plus ion to neutralize one OH negative ion. That's why it's called monobasic. Okay. Next, there is acidic in nature. Why? Because it donates H plus ion, so it is acidic in nature. Okay. Now, typical properties of acids. Okay. Typical properties means if acid will react with any metal, okay, if it reacts with any active metal, it will give you a salt and hydrogen. Okay, a salt and a hydrogen. For example, you get HCl with Mg, it will give you MgCl and H2. If HCl or acid will react with a base, it will give you a salt and water. Okay, HCl will react with any carbonate like sodium carbonate, it will give you a salt, water and carbon dioxide. Okay, any HCl react with any sulfide, that means Na2SO3. Okay, it will give you NaCl plus H2O plus SO2. Similarly like this, only here it will be SO2. Okay, and if it reacts with any sulfide, for example Na2S, so it's sodium sulfide, it will give you a salt and a hydrogen sulfide. Okay, hydrogen sulfide. So these things you have to remember. Okay, these are the typical properties. Now next there is if reaction with oxidizing agents. Acid plus oxidizing agents. You know very well some oxidizing agents like MnO2, KMnO4, okay, KMnO4 and K2Cr2O7. Okay, these are some strong oxidizing agent. Okay, some strong oxidizing agent. PbO2, Pb3O4, P2O5. Okay, these all are some strong oxidizing agent. Okay, so what will happen here? If you will treat oxidized agent plus HCl, okay, it will give you salt plus water and chlorine gas. You will get chlorine, Cl2. Okay, for example, we treat with MnO2. Okay, MnO2, manganese dioxide. Okay, we will react it with HCl. Okay, HCl it will form a one salt. Okay, the salt will be NaCl2 plus H2O and Cl2. Okay, Cl2. So it will be like this. Okay, if you will react it with PbO2 with 4HCl, so the salt will be PbCl2, similarly 2H2O and plus Cl. So you have to remember this thing, that if we treat the HCl with oxidizing agent, it will always give a salt, a water and a chlorine. Okay, Cl2 gas. So you can treat it with any kind of oxidizing agent. Okay, there is one term, aqua regia. Aqua regia. Aqua regia is the mixture. Okay, it is the mixture of HCl plus HNO3. Okay, HNO3. HNO3, that means nitric acid. Nitric acid is itself a oxidizing agent. Okay, it's also an oxidizing agent. Okay, so this mixture is called aqua regia. Okay, aqua regia, mixture of one part of concentrated HNO3. It will be one part and HCl will be of 3 parts. So this will be a mixture. One part of HNO3, HCl, 3 part of HCl. It will form, this mixture is called aqua regia. Okay, so this is acid, this is oxidizing agent. It will give similarly a salt, a water molecule and Cl2. So salt will be NaCl. Okay, it is called nitrosyl chloride. Nitrosyl chloride. Okay, and it will give you H2O and will give you Cl2. Okay, Cl2. Okay, so this is the aqua regia. Okay. Here it will be nascent chlorine, 2Cl. It will be like this. You will get here nascent chlorine. Okay. Now this nascent chlorine is used to dissolve the noble metals. Okay, noble metals like gold, silver. Noble metal means those metals which do not react easily. Okay, so if you will react it with the nascent chlorine, it will form a salt, AuCl2. Okay, AuCl2. Okay, if Ag will react with nascent chlorine, for example 3-chlorine, it will give AgCl3. Okay, so this nascent chlorine is used to dissolve the noble metals. Okay. Okay. Now there is a test of hydrochloric acid. How can you identify? Okay, how can you identify the HCl acid? So first there is glass. If NH4OH. Okay, if there is NH3, you have ammonia and HCl. Okay, you have an unknown compound. You have to identify what is it. If you want to do HCl test. Okay, so what will you do? You will take a glass rod. Okay, you will take a glass rod and dip into the ammonia. Okay, you will dip into the ammonia. Okay, and if you will we will take this glass rod at the mouth of HCl. Okay, in the beaker. So it will give you the white fumes of NH4OH. It's ammonium hydroxide. Okay, sorry, ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. NH4Cl. Okay, so it will give white fumes. It will give you dense white fumes. So if dense white fumes will come out, you will come to know that this compound is HCl. Okay. Next there is addition of silver nitrate solution Okay, silver nitrate solution. If you will add AgNO3, silver nitrate solution to HCl, okay, it will give you a curdy white precipitate. Okay, curdy white precipitate of what? What we call there? Here, AgCl form and HNO3 will form. Okay, HNO3 and AgCl in the precipitate form. So it will give you a white colored precipitate. So if white colored precipitate is formed of AgCl, we will identify that this compound is HCl. Okay. Third is action of heat on a mixture of manganese dioxide and HCl. If you will heat the mixture of MnO2 plus HCl. MnO2 and HCl, the mixture, we will heat it. Okay, we will heat it. What will happen? It will give you a salt, water, and again chlorine. Okay, because MnO2 is oxidizing agent. Okay, I just tell you that MnO2, an oxidizing agent, when react with HCl, it gives us salt, water, and Cl2. Okay, so it will give you MnCl2 plus H2O and plus Cl2. So 4 chlorine here, you have to put it 4 HCl. Okay, and for balancing 4H, you have to do 2H2O here. Okay, so this was the identification. Okay, test for the HCl. Now there is last uses of hydrochloric acid. Uses, they have industrial uses, they have general uses. Some, okay, industrial uses, like it helps in the manufacture of dyes, okay, paints, and general uses like extraction of glue from bones. Okay, as you know, bones contain calcium phosphate, that is collagen. Okay, collagen, it acts as glue. Okay, so now from animal bone we extract this and make it glue. So this helps. So HCl helps to do this. Okay, and if you want to clean any surface, metal surface, okay, for galvanizing, so if there is rust or there is any impurities on any metal surface, we can clean it by the help of HCl. Okay, so this was the HCl acid. Okay, and next session we will study about the next topic, that is ammonia. Okay, thank you.